Hi folks, gonna do it's me Artie, gonna do a short story review, but I just want to say that I just finished Sean Hudson Erebus. I don't like that title. Sean Hudson, this is late 80s. I don't remember where I got this from, maybe Nine Lives, but it has this cool stamp that says Books Plus, 130 East Main, Blytheville, Arkansas for $2. So it traveled all the way from Blytheville, Arkansas to here, and I read it, so I'll review this next. But while I was reading that, I was just reading various short stories, and one that I was like, man, I have to read it again. And it's called Pilots, and it's in Jar Lansdale's Rider of the Purple Rage. And I don't know why this story, it just caught my attention so much. And I've had this book for over 10 years, I think. And I think this is the third time I've read it. And it's as good, or if not, it's better. And there's some things, just little things that I don't like about it. But they're not bad. Like, the story is amazing. And he didn't write it himself. He collaborated with his friend Dan Lowry. And Lansdale is an awesome writer, but he didn't. From what he said, he has like Stephen King will put out a book of short stories, and then at the end he'll have like a little description of where the idea for the story came from. Lansdale pretty much says that the story is from Lowry. Like, he had good ideas, but he just would not write them down. Like, he just was a procrastinator and would come up with all these ideas. And Lansdale was like, let's do this, man. This sounds really good. And it's about, I think it's such a good idea. It's about these four guys, and it's only 20 pages. It's only 20 pages, but in that 20 pages, it's better than all these crappy books I've read, all these terrible movies. And it seems like a simple idea, but it just comes out of nowhere. So it's about these, and you like learn this in quick snatches, paragraphs. They don't go into great detail. So there was like these four guys, Mickey, Sparks, Ted, and the leader, who's just called the pilot. You find out of memory that they were gonna join the Air Force to become pilots, and it was their dreams, like soar across the sky. And they were even like had made a deal with the Air Force or whoever they were learning to fly, that they would be trained as a unit. But then, like, when they were, I think, leaving, or they were going to train, they got hit by a drunken truck driver, and they were all like horribly mutilated and burned and fucked up, and like missing limbs and their faces, and they're just like charred husks but still alive. And so they want revenge on truck drivers. So they get a Thunderbird, a black Thunderbird, and they modify it, and they have like a gun turret on the top. I don't know if it doesn't have guns. They just come out and like they can shoot machine guns. And then the trunk was modified so one of them can get in there and shoot out of holes in the trunk. And then pilot is the pilot. He drives the T-Bird, and they have like a co-pilot, gunner. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And just thinking of them like racing the highways, I just thought it kind of like Road Warrior, but not like Road Warrior. It's different. It's just scary. Like, you imagine if you're on the dark highway, like back highway at night, and just this car comes out of nowhere and blows you away. And then the main character, I guess, he's called the Tulsa Tramp, is a truck driver, and like he says he's been up in New York. Yeah, I don't even know if they say where it's supposed to be. I'm assuming he's here in Texas. But like, he'd been away for a while, like in other parts of the country, so he didn't know about this blackbird. And so like these trucks are driving in convoys, like for some form of protection. And Tulsa Tramp, he's like farther back, so he's communicating with this convoy. You can see them, and then the blackbird comes and just starts taking them out. And it was just, I could see it. Like, it's not gory. It's not like, doesn't have graphic descriptions of gore. Like he'll wipe out a truck. It'll like jackknife or crash in trees or off a bridge. One time he like Tulsa Tramp, he looks back and he sees like the driver like thrashing around all on fire and then like dies. So the pilots, they wipe out all the trucks and it just finally comes down to the Tulsa Tramp against the Blackbird. And you find out that there's a cool, these are all so quick, like a quick non-flashback of Tulsa Tramp. He was a helicopter pilot in Nam, and like he like kind of, I don't think he thinks he chickened out, but like it seems like he had no choice. Like he was gonna pick up a bunch of Marines, like him and another helicopter landed, and just soldiers like tried to get in the first chopper, and they blew it up, so he took off. And he's always felt bad about that. And then he leaves the convoy. Well, he's not in the convoy, but he like takes off so they don't get him. But he's I have to make up, for Nam. So it's him against the Blackbird, and I read it. I don't know. It's an amazing short story. I looked for it online. I couldn't find it where you could read it because it's only 20 pages. I wouldn't say buy the book just for that story, but this is really a good book of short stories. I've just been thinking about this short story for so long, and I could see it as a movie. And I think like Mike Mendez, who did The Convent, I think he could make a good movie out of this if he had the right budget. Because you just need the trucks mostly, and like blowing the piss out of them, and big fiery explosions. Oh yeah, and the pilots, they have like these Molotov cocktails, but they're like, I don't know, like jet fuel and C4 inside, so they're like super Molotov cocktails. I think Peter Jackson, Sam Raimi, I think S. Craig Zoller, who did Bone Tomahawk, I think he could make this movie. I know he was a writer too. And actually, I think Tarantino, this seems like something he would do. I don't like throwing his name. Everybody loves Tarantino, and I love his movies too, but he's just so like mainstream, popular that everybody, Quentin Tarantino is the best. Anyway, I think he would make this like hard action movie, but it's only 20 pages. They would have to, I don't know what else they could do, maybe a couple other attacks, flesh out the character of the Tulsa Tramp, but that wouldn't, like if it was maybe like an hour, like one of the Masters of Horror, just a 1 hour film, maybe 1 hour and 10 minutes. But man, Pilots, it's so good. Like, I'll read it again, definitely. And the writing is just so tight. And I was skimming over it to get the names of the pilots and the truck drivers. Like you don't even really meet them, but they have names like Sloppy Joe and Banana Peel. And they just seem like, these are cool trucker guys are getting wasted. And the pilots, like I could actually see them. I think they'd be cool toys, and have the Blackbird, the vehicle, and then you have each one of them all mangled. Like one has a metal leg, one has big arm, one like you could see the skull and metal jaws, and I would like to see them like realized, see what they look like in a good effects is like if Scream Mad George did the effects, that would be cool. I've just thought about this short story for like years and years, and I doubt it'll never be made, but just if someone like if more people found out about the story, it would be great. Like if you could read it, I don't know how you could read it though. I was thinking, how could I put it online? But I don't know, like type it out all out. I don't know. If you have any ideas, or if you know someone that can do that, who could put it online or something, or just read it. Okay, that's enough of Pilots. Listening to Blind Guardian. Okay, bye.